So Dee, do we hit the ball high or do we keep it low when we're playing short sort of chips and pitches around the green? This is a question we get.
And this is a very good question. Number one, I think it depends upon your skill level.
Absolutely.
And I think it depends on how confident you are. So if you're confident going high, then maybe that's what you should do.
Yes.
If you're confident going low. But what's the general thing? It's better to go low and run it. There's less margin for error.
And you forgot another situation or another kind of thing to take in mind is the situation,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Like it depends how much carry you've got and if you've got a bunker in front of you or if you've got a lot of heavy grass. So there's really no one rule, but as Dee just said, if ever you are not sure or you want a rule of thumb, keep it as low as you possibly can. It's just safer.
My general thing is, like, if we're here going to this one, I'd kind of prefer to chip because it's a littler swing. I go back and through and it's going to land just on the green run up.
That's right.
If I have to go higher, I have to have a bigger swing. It might feel good,
more
but
can go wrong.
More can go wrong.
So we're going to test it out for you because golf is a percentage game. So we want to choose the club. We want to kind of prove to you this theory of ours that keeping it low is going to be safe. It's not our theory. Everybody agrees, or every good player agrees, but we're going to test it out for you. So what we're going to do, Dennise is going to do 4 shots with a 7-iron. 7-iron. A low running shot, and we're going to see, kind of how the balls are grouped, and then she's going to do the same thing with the sandwich, and we're going to see which balls get closer, and then I'm going to do the same thing as well, just because it's better to have two, kind of, what would you call them, test.
And I'm not making excuses already, but the excuse is that, we're not touring players now, so it's not going to be perfect, doesn't have to be perfect, but we will probably see a difference. And I think for a higher marker, so
absolutely. And the number one reason we're going to see the difference is because you need quite a long swing here to hit it high and land it next to the pin, and just a lot more can go wrong with that. So the rule of thumb, Dee, is sort of landing it, well, I mean, it's different, isn't it, depending on how fast the greens are, if you're uphill or downhill, that kind of thing. But generally speaking,
I'm going to try to land it. My own theory is I'm going to land it about 6 or 7 metres on the green, let it run on out with my 7-iron. If the pin was closer, I'd do the same thing
with a different club.
Yeah,
that's right. So if Dee was to do the same shot, but with a 9-iron, it would land in the same spot, but it wouldn't run as fast. So that's handy when the pin's a little bit closer.
Approximately the same spot.
Roughly. She's making lots of excuses though. Good. Now you didn't quite connect with that one, but it's going to run up there quite nicely. So
it's about 2.5 feet, would you say?
Yes. We'll take the camera up and have a little look at where these all end up. And now, Dee, your technique here is fairly simple.
Yeah, I'm just playing it closer to my trailing foot, for my right hand and my right foot.
Yeah, gripping down a little bit.
I'm gripping down. My posture's the same. I have my stern. I just got a little bit of weight on the left side, and I'm trying to do the same length swing back and through.
It's a very short swing too, isn't it? And notice the ball's not lifting up much. It's just lifting, carrying onto the green. You ideally want to choose a club that's going to get you on the green. You don't really want to try and land it short of the green because you don't know exactly what's going to happen when it lands.
Especially if you've got kikuyu grass and things like that.
Yeah.
If it's cooch,
it's okay. Yeah, exactly.
Notice I'm having a couple of practice swings to get the feel of what I'm after.
Idea, isn't it?
Then I'm looking, seeing where it's landing. And then all I'm doing, a bit of variation there,
that hit the other ball, but that's all right. Notice Dennise's landing spot is very similar each time. Now obviously Dennise is a good player, so that's easier to do. but it's all practice, and the good thing with this is it's quite an easy little simple sort of chip and run sort of shot. You can't go too far wrong with it. I think we've got some people coming up onto this hole. We may have to move our camera.
I'm just going to visualise where it's going, see it landing there, then see it running to the stick.
And I'm just going to wave these guys up here.
Oh, that's the last one. The best one.
Move our buggy.
Not bad.
I think they're pretty good. And they're really good, actually. You're giving yourself a chance at a 1-putt, and the worst case scenario is a 2-putt. That's what you want, isn't it? All right, we had to just let someone go through.
But they've gone on their way home. They're just hitting a few extra balls, as you do.
Must live on the course.
What a lovely way to live.
Yeah, exactly.
Go and play golf.
It's quite late on a Sunday afternoon here. We've got our golf school tomorrow, next few days.
There he goes, sounded good.
So we've hit 4 7-irons. We showed you how close they were. So now Dee's going to do her sand wedge. So this shot, you know, she's going to throw it up high and land it close to the pin. Really good if you've got a bunker in front of you, or if you've got heavy grass, you can't hit a low sort of running shot.
But
really,
in this situation, I probably am never going to use a 56. It's like my little lobby. I'm never going to use it.
Definitely not. But we're just proving a point, aren't we?
I hope.
We hope. If these all go closer, it's not what we had planned.
But the thing is...
And they might do, mightn't they?
They might, but you can see even there, what I'm doing now is I'm playing it not so much near my right foot, and I'm just having a bigger swing. So there's a chance something could go wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm going to land it. I can see where I'm landing. I'm not landing at the front of the green. I'm landing it about 2/3 of the way up there.
Yes, because it's going to land and stop a little bit quicker than the 7-iron, obviously. This is a harder shot. You know, you've really got to kind of nip the ball quite. Now, this turf is, that was lovely, good shot. I still don't think it's as close as the others were, but you got to nip it quite well. The grass is fairly closely mown here.
And you know what I'm doing here, Annie, to make it easier for myself, because deep down I know I'd be playing a running shot.
Yes.
I'm kind of just imagining that there's a bunker there.
Yep.
So I'm just landing it over. So once again, I'm picturing where I want to land it and then what it's going to do.
Yeah. And your technique here, Dee, just a slightly longer swing, still using your shoulders nicely and getting them involved. It's not just hands and...
No, basically all I'm doing is I've moved the ball just a little bit further forward, not off my back foot.
And why do you do that?
So that I can use it's a bit complicated, so I'm using the bounce of the club. Because if I have this one too much back, it may just dig in like that.
And the ball will come out lower. We want a higher shot with this club.
And I'm just... See, it's basically the same. All I'm doing is just going further into my big swing.
Longer back, longer through. Let the club do the rest.
And I'm not trying to flick it or do anything.
No, definitely not.
I think I should stop. They're quite good.
They're pretty good. I still think the 7-irons might have been closer, but you've been practicing now, so that's why these are better.
So I'm seeing it, then I see the hole. Oh, see, that one I mishit badly.
You didn't hit that well.
I didn't hit that well.
It's actually off the green.
And it's off the green, so the margin for error...
That's right. That first 7-iron you hit, you didn't hit that well, but it was pretty close.
It was much closer than that one when I didn't hit it well. And I think the thing is, my mind got distracted then, so I'm like... And that doesn't take much.
No,
doesn't take much when you've got
loft on the club.
When you've got loft on the club.
Absolutely. You're playing those nicely. This is a good one too.
But it ran past a little bit because I hit a bit behind it.
I'll take the camera up and we'll have a little look and see where they are. But on the whole, I'd say if you did the average, which is what we're talking about, not as close.
And you know the other interesting thing, Annie, if this was to win the Sunday comp, to win your club championship or to win the British Open, I'm not going to use this 56 and do that shot. No. I'm going to run it up.
Exactly. And look, Dee, you're a golf professional, so you can still play the ball, you know, play the shot well, but even Dee didn't get them as close as she did with 7-iron.
Yeah.
So if you're an average golfer with a handicap of, you know, sort of 10 or more, then you really want to be playing the percentage shot with that low running one.
And a good amateur, a good player, whatever, we all want to play the percentage.
Exactly.
No matter what your level, play the percentage.
That's right. So don't be going towards your lofted clubs if you don't have to, is the bottom line.
I always have a little saying, Annie, the golf course tells you what to do to a degree.
That's a great saying.
So if you're behind a bunker, you're going to have to go high.
Yes, yeah.
But
only do it if you have to.
Only do it if you have to.
Yeah.
If you get 3 shots on the hole, chip it out, come on that way.
Yeah, exactly. Use the shots you've got. All right, let's see if we can put the camera back in the same spot, roughly. And now I'm going to have a go. Okay, so I'll start with the 7s.
There's your 4 golf balls.
Thank you. All right.
Do you do the same thing I'm doing, back in your stance a little bit? It's not rocket science.
I actually do a little bit differently to Dee does. I leave everything in the middle because I just think for the average golfer it's just less to think about. And I figure you're just using the loft of the club as it's meant to be then. So that's me in this situation, but otherwise pretty much exactly the same. Just a little swing, looking at where I want to land it, letting the club do the rest.
That came out really quite low, didn't it?
Came out very low. Distance was good, but slightly out to the right. I might be aiming a bit that way. That was a bit of better connection. Slightly
It's a little
closer.
break there.
I do feel like it just feels much more comfortable, doesn't
Absolutely.
it? This shot?
Absolutely.
You feel like you could sort of stand here all day long and
That's
run
a
it up
beautiful one.
reasonably close.
You know, Annie, you're playing that back in your stance more than you said. That's
Yeah.
why I think it's going low on you. That looks great. Now, look at that. You mishit it, but it's
Yeah.
still two-putt.
Yeah.
It's still
Yeah.
two putts.
That was a real mishit too.
Yeah.
That was a
That was me
not
talking.
concentrating.
Yeah, so no matter who you are, you still have to focus in on what
do, don't you?
what you want
Absolutely.
wanting the ball to do.
Okay, now for my sand wedges.
You do taking
Oh,
the 50s.
we should probably move those. Or should we'll do a little film and show you where they are, but you can pretty much see where they
They can
are.
pretty well see where they are. Yeah. So that look, there was a mishit, which you're still just going to two-putt, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. It's
Those others have given you a good opportunity to one putt.
The thing with this is if you do miss hit a 7-iron chip and run, this is where you're going to be. If you miss hit a big swing sand wedge, that's the one you scull over the back.
These are great, Annie. These are great. Gimme, gimme. You'll probably get that one too.
She must be a good putter, that's all I can say if they're gimmies. All
Now
righty.
you've got your 56. What are you going to do? Anything different? Just still in the middle?
Yep, keep it
Just
in the
bigger
middle.
swing.
Obviously toss it up a lot further, like Dee said before, probably 2/3 of the way. The first time with the 7-iron, it's more like 1/3 of the way to land, 2/3 to roll. With this, we're swapping it right round. It's like 2/3 to land and 1/3 to roll, which is obviously higher risk. I've got to use a bigger swing to get it all the way up there. And that one sort of spun on me a little bit.
You nipped it too well.
Yeah, and it sort of grabbed and
Yep.
stopped. So that's the other thing that can happen with a lot of loft. Sometimes it spins, sometimes it doesn't.
Exactly. That's a super idea that sometimes it runs and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, whereas with the 7-iron, you know pretty
it's
much
definitely
every
gonna
time.
run.
It's definitely going to run. Then,
Why aren't you aiming more to the left? Come on, get it up there. It's hard, isn't it? It's hard because you. Oh, great
I think
shot.
because I was so used to doing this little tiny 7-iron, I was still kind of a
So
bit tentative.
definitely your 7-iron was much better than your 56.
Way better. You don't even want me to go and show you where they are. They were rubbish. Complete rubbish.
But it wasn't that they were rubbish, it's just the margin for error has
Yes.
increased a lot. And
Yes.
it's kind of, you've only got 25, 30 metres, and it's like, oh my goodness, how far, why am I having such a big swing?
Yeah, it kind of goes against
Yeah.
everything we
Yeah.
do, don't we, when
Yeah.
we play. And anyway, so we proved our point. And I didn't do those badly on purpose to prove our point. I promise I didn't. I'd like to think I did, but I didn't. So bottom line is D, isn't it? Get it low, get it running, get it onto
running.
the green.
Land it on the green if you can, as close to, not on the edge, but
Yeah.
just a little way on,
Yeah.
and let it go.
Let it run.
Let it
That's
run out. Just the shorter the swing with good tempo, same length. Off
And
you
a
go.
little tip to help you get the ball close with those little low running shots is forget the pin and focus on where you want to land it, because that's all you've got control over, isn't it?
Exactly.
See you next time. on
Bye.
ProGolfGals. Bye.
Oh, that was quite good.
Terrible.
They did prove the point very well.
He did. Goes first and all that stuff.
Well, who's going first?
Do you want to go first?
Do you want to go first?
I don't mind.
Do you want my glasses off?
Yes. That's all right there.
Okay, so here are these no names. Oh, there's only 4. Where did the other one go? I said there was 5, didn't I? But there isn't.
You did say 5.
I obviously can't count.